All praise to the Most High, blessed up to the chosen one. Shalom, Yasharallah. If you're paying attention to the news, recently Kyrie Irving has recently come out and spoke towards his Israelite lineage. The backlash from this outing was viewed upon as anti-Semitic based off of a movie reference, Hebrews to Negroes or Negroes to Hebrews. I've seen the movie. It's actually a historical reference of events that happened during the 1500s, 1600s, goes back into Yahya the Negro. One of the most important pieces of that is the actual connection to Yahya's lineage, which is Daweed. See, the thing about the movie is they actually don't talk in reference to anybody of the Jewish faith. The thing about the movie is when you get into it, it talks about the lineage of those people who were exiled out of Portugal, Spain during that era, and they were pushed into West Africa where they mingled with the West African tribes during that time. There's nothing anti-Semitic within that movie because the movie isn't referencing Jewish people at all. So the thing that I will say within that is it's very interesting that that's the narrative that they got from him posting that movie. The one thing that I will say also is identity. This is an important topic. When we're talking about identity, recently we've been fighting for people's right to identify however they choose within the spectrum of the LGBTQIA. Now, how far will we limit people's ability to identify however they choose? Now, we could talk about sexual orientation, but when we start talking about faith, it becomes controversial. When we start talking about nationality, it becomes controversial. Why is it not controversial when somebody sexually identifies on the spectrum of however they choose, but when somebody actually takes on the choice to identify within a nationality, it becomes controversial? There's been white people who have chose to identify as black. There has been people who chose to identify as a variety of different nationalities, even though they're not necessarily dark-skinned hue people. Actually, Elon Musk is from South Africa. He considers himself as African American. That's not controversial. The thing that I will say is if we're fighting for identity and freedom of speech, we have to take that on in all spectrums. We can't pick and choose the things that we choose to let people identify as if we're fighting for equality, supposedly.